welcome everyone to our DAO Headquarters Pitching Open Session. As many as you know, a couple of months ago, we started with a working group to start debating and discussing about how our headquarters should be, our in-world headquarters, our Genesis City headquarters. So that's when we started to reach out to different studios, to different creators, to different community members to gather some ideas, to gather some inputs, and to start giving shape to the pitch proposal and the tender proposal because we thought that the bidding and tendering procedure was like the best way and the most fair way to do this because we're giving everyone the opportunity to participate and to apply for this project. So once the tender proposal was approved, we had a time frame where the people started to prepare the projects. And what I want to mention, first of all, is that um, this is something very important for this DAO. The headquarters of the Decentraland DAO in Genesis City, in the actual virtual world, in the actual metaverse, are not a small thing. As I mentioned already a couple of times, this is not only a hub for us, for the DAO to participate, but should be something also that sets a precedent in the metaverse. This should set a precedent in the way the different communities, the different DAOs, the different metaverses interact. The way that different communities, this will set a precedent in the way that different communities interact with each other, interact with different community members inside the metaverse. So that's the main intention of this. And like the other thing that's really important for us right now is that also something that I mentioned a couple of times ago, a couple of times, is that there's like a detachment of what we're talking here in the Discord and the forums on what's happening, what's actually happening in the metaverse, in the platform. So this is very much needed. This merging of the discussions, the actual discussion of what's happening in the world and what's happening in the world in Decentraland, it's a must. It's a must for us as a community because sometimes we lost a lot of time discussing about uh, things that happen here in the discourse and in dogamic discussions, but we don't pay attention on what's really happening there. So if we start having those discussions in world in that place, I believe we're going somewhere. We're going to a good place. So I'm going to share what also Lastrom shared during his session last week, and it's the first paragraph of the tender proposal. And it goes like, this proposal looks towards the construction of the Decentraland DAO headquarters in Genesis City, a virtual space that will serve as the epicenter of our operations, community activities, and as a welcoming space for new joiners. This headquarters should be more than just a building, it will be a dynamic, immersive hub that encapsulates the spirit of decentralization, innovation, and collaboration of our community. So, with that said, with this concept, with this idea of what we want, of what we expect about our headquarters, I will spin the wheel and invite every single bidder that attended to this meeting to present their proposals. Just for the recap, we have here Last Slice and Broomway, we have Dapcraft, we have Meta Ads, and we have OVA Designed. Four projects from different studios, from different creators that applied for creating our desired in-world headquarters. So I'm going to spin the wheel. And the first one to talk will be Dapcraft. Please, Anak, if you want to start.
Yeah, cool. I'm very lucky. It's just like a first student who goes and tries to pass the exam. I would like to share, give me 1 second. I would like to share the screen. 1 second. Do you see?
No, it started and
Uh,
then it ended the streaming.
mm,
If you're still having problems, try to leave and rejoin this meeting. And if we are having this problem with everyone, we are going to switch to Google Meet. But let's try to keep it here in stage because it's more easy to moderate and more easy to present.
seems I don't have the right type of the subscription to share my screen and to show the content.
Oh, that's
Um,
weird. Would you like to share with me the presentation? Maybe we can give
um,
other one the opportunity to present in the meanwhile. Um,
Sergey, are you there? It feels like I see you there.
there it
Yeah,
is.
cool. Uh-huh. Can you try please to share the PDF file I sent you?
Yes, I'm here, but I'm from mobile. Let me join from laptop.
Yeah, or send it to me, and I can just pass the slides.
Okay. Okay.
But it's weird. You should be able to share your screen. I don't know what's happening. In the meanwhile, well, thanks everyone for joining. We are having some technical issues as always, as usual here in the Discord. But here's,
I
yep, there's the presentation.
Sorry, I was able just to send it to the common chat if you can take it from there.
Yep,
Also, sorry, I looks like I don't have an option to share too. Strange.
just give me 1 second. Let me see if you can see my screen. Can you?
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for
no
assistance.
problem at all. Um,
So we just can come directly to the first slide. I make a very short version of the presentation just to remind the main features we put into the concept, into the project. Yeah, so our concept involves establishing a DAO hub complete with a park and gamified experiences designed to encourage existing DAO members and entice new ones. The basic concept, the basic visual concept consists of two levels, the lower level with the park and the upper level with the models with the I would say it's like a nodes uh, where we can make different rooms for different purposes. These modes, which are not connected to each other directly, they symbolize the decentralization. The big windows and a lot of open space symbolize transparency. So these are two main ideas that we put into the visual concept. We assume that the land, the best size of the land should be 10 to 10 parcels. It can be smaller, but up to 10 to 10 parcels. We the next slide, please. Here I put the main features of our proposal. First feature is gamification of voting. We decide that we need to increase the to pay attention.
I think we are losing you. It's cutting.
Yeah, I mean, so that the members of the community who have a right to vote, it will be obvious for them that they have this right and that they have this opportunity to vote directly from the DAO scene. We suggest to make the special voting UI task list as a quest task list. So directly when the user comes to the scene, he will see task lists, which means the amount of the proposals which are now actual, and he can choose any kind of proposal. The UI window will open and he can read some information about the proposal and vote, or pass to the internal link and go for more details to the DAO website. The other gamification feature is like play to earn. We suggest to give some experience points for all the quests and mini games which will be in the scene. These XP points will show the level of the superhero, and with a certain level, the user can open the special free wearable in the superhero shop. So it will be the target for the users to come to the scene more often, maybe daily, maybe regular, and get these points to get finally the special wearable. And this wearable will reflect like the level of the activity in DAO scene. Next slide, please. Also, I would like to like highlight the data visualization in our proposal. We know that there are a lot of data at the DAO dashboard at the website, and we suggest to show part of the data in a nice visual way when, for example, there can be a tree that represent the income and the expenses of the DAO. Of course, the same information can be represented in figures, but for those who just want to it's just so I mean there will be two ways of representation of the same information, just some figures on the boards and some nice objects which are more like art objects, and they will change their state depending on the data. Also, we think it's very important that such a big scene should have a simple and native navigation. So we plan to use color zoning of the park, pointers in the scene, also quick teleport buttons on the UI of the user, so the user will be able to choose directly where he wants to be, maybe on some special event or in some special room. He can choose directly using his UI. And also some shuttles and teleports which can transport the user inside the scene. So it is like the main features, all the details were presented in our big presentation. So there I just show the main interesting points, I would say. This is all. I mean, that was some technical slides in case.
Okay, thanks a lot for that. If you want to, really nice presentation, by the way. If you want to share that, the link to the proposal and the full document with all the information in the chat, that will be great. But yeah, really nice presentation. Thanks a lot for being here.
Thanks.
I'm going to spin the wheel again. Just wait a sec. And next one is just last slice and Broomway.
Hey Fez, can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Okay, 1 second. Let me get my stream up. Can you guys see that?
Not seeing anything.
Nope.
Nice. Okay. Discord having issues.
As usual.
Maybe I'll come right back, or I can just give you the Canva link. Maybe.
Yep.
Do you have?
Do that.
Okay. Yeah. 1 second. There you go. All right. I put the Canva link. Perfect. Let's see if this works.
Can you see?
Yeah, I can see now.
Perfect.
I think Discord has some issues, unfortunately. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Cool. So, as Fez mentioned, this is a proposal for the DAO Plaza inside Decentraland. And what we wanted to do is go big. Last Slice and Broomway have always done things big, always tried to push the boundaries, push the limits of what's possible. And to restate some of the words that Fez had mentioned and in the original tender proposal, this is an advertisement for the DAO. This does set precedent for how DAOs work. How communities work, how they're visualized, how they're represented. Specifically, the proposal says the epicenter and the immersive hub. So next two slides says actually. So what we wanted to do is make the Genesis Plaza the DAO Plaza. Now it could stay the name Genesis Plaza, but we feel like this is a good first step for a lot of things that support what Fez just mentioned and what the original tender mentioned. That means the DAO has more influence and control in what happens in the platform that they're supposed to take over in a few years. And what great way than to take over the management of the plazas inside the platform? What better way to showcase the community, the DAO, what this platform represents? What better way than the main entry point into Decentraland being built by the DAO and by the community? So that's our objective, is to recreate the main entry point for Decentraland from our DAO. This will be a replacement of Genesis Plaza, and it will be a DAO Plaza. This doesn't have to be called DAO Plaza, but this will be built by the DAO. The opportunity here is that there is no current team working on Genesis Plaza. I believe it's still SDK 6. I might be wrong on that. But we have matured as a DAO. We have matured as a platform in the past 2, 3, 4 years. And so we feel like the entry point into Decentraland should mature and highlight all of our achievements as a DAO and a platform. So this will be a unified entry point, an epicenter, an immersive hub where new users and current users will be able to experience a vibrant launchpad for experiencing Decentraland. Again, it's built by the DAO community for the Decentraland community. And so with that being said, we have Vroomway and Last Slice have created visual concepts, but not everyone in the DAO might like those. And so what we want to do is have this be a process of evolution with the DAO. Everyone come and participate in what this master plan community should be. With a 20 by 20, we feel like this gives our DAO the ability to future proof going forward for expansion, because maybe there's only 3 or 4 committees now. There might be 10 in the future. There might be 20, who knows? And so with a 20 by 20, we have the great opportunity of not only just building an HQ, but building a vibrant epicenter and immersive hub. And so with that, I would like to say, if you can go to 2 more slides, Fez. 1 more slide, sorry. Now, this is whimsical and cheesy, and I did this before. But everybody close your eyes for 10 seconds. Just close your eyes and imagine what you think Decentraland would be like when you first launch in. Fez, next slide. We feel like this, in our minds, is a great representation of what people could have the experience when they land into Decentraland, and it is built by our DAO. So in wrapping up, we want to go big. I know it was up to 10 by 10 parcels. We want to push the boundaries. We always want to push the limit of what's possible now, but what can be possible in the future. We also want to mature our DAO through this process because we want to set up GitHub accounts for the DAO to manage all of this. We want to set up GitHub and DigitalOcean servers for the DAO, possibly a Catalyst server from the DAO. We want to mature the DAO. So we want to build processes that will allow our DAO to take over the platform in a few years. And what a great starting point or framework foundation for that in the terms of taking over and developing Genesis Plaza into a plaza that represents our DAO community. And so that's it. The slide and the presentation's available for any more renderings. Again, we can go through, all of the requirements. It's all there. But we have a bold vision for what this can be. And we feel like it should be larger than a 10 by 10. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Lestrom. Great presentation indeed, like you did last Friday. So thanks for bringing this other perspective. Again, you mentioned that this like wants to go further on the concept of the headquarters, wants to go further on the concept of this comprehensive hub. So thanks a lot for bringing this. If you want to share the proposal and the deck, the deck is already there. The proposal there in the chat will be great. I'm going to share my screen again to spin the wheel. And the next one is meta ads.
Yeah, hi there, folks. How you been doing? Right now, I'm gonna share my screen, go live. Oops, sorry, misclick this. Do you see my desktop right now?
Yeah, I'm seeing the tab with the presentation.
Oh, it's like, I don't know. It's been buggy. Hold on a second. Okay,
There it
now
is.
it's all working. Okay, yeah, so I can start. Hi, folks. My name is Yaroslav, or you can call me like Mr. V. So welcome to the presentation of the meta-ads. Today we are presenting our innovative initiative for Decentraland DAO Headquarters, where technology and creativity comes together to create a unique user experience. So at the heart of our design, it is a deep understanding of the needs of a DAO. We aim to create a structure that meets modern architectural requirements and functionality, providing a flexible space for community interaction and development. Also, I would like to introduce a digital signage integration. It is a key element for increasing engagement at Decentraland DAO. This system allows you to manage content on a dynamic whiteboard, ensuring efficient dissemination of information. Importantly, it offers user-friendly scheduling and audience targeting features, making DAO communication more targeted and more effective. Also, in this slide, we will look at the scene management optimization with customer journey maps and heat maps. These tools provide a deep understanding of user behavior and allows you to tailor scenes in Decentraland for maximum usability and engagement. Dynamically changing designs and elements in the real time based on analytic data greatly improves the user experience. So the next slide is our on-chain analytics for dApps. This tool provides available data about interactions on the blockchain that improves the functionality of the dApps. This not only gives the developers important insights for strategic planning, but it also improves user engagement by better understanding of their actions. And shifting to the next slide, here we can see a content personalization and access control through analytics. It is another way of our innovations. These tools allows you to create a targeted content for different audience segments and keep this content secure and exclusive in Decentraland. Managing access to specific features of content based on analytics improves of engagement and it preserves the value of the content. Also, we have got the streaming services UI for auditorium. It's not just about improving functionality, but also providing flexibility and scalability for the different events in Decentraland. These solutions allows for efficient management of streaming content, making events more accessible and more engaging for the DAO attendees. The final focus of our presentation is the mini games with integrated analytics. These games not only increase user engagement, but also provides additional data to optimize the gameplay experience. Integrating analytics increases the engagement and provides a real valuable insight, for all of the development. So what we do, actually, it's like methods. We develop different quality products. We create scenes in VR, AR, XR, and of course for the product for the metaverses. Our expertise includes a unique analytics and marketing platforms for VR, AR, XR, and we also combine, innovations with a deep understanding for the market needs, focusing on solving specific problems and achieving different goals. Each of our project is a synthesis of technology expertise and user centricity. Well, let's shift to the next slide. It's our development plan for the Decentraland DAO HQ, and it includes like a really clarified and common milestones. So we will see that we can start with a 2 weeks research and planning phase, then move to a 1.5 month development phase where we will develop and detail our solution. This will be followed by 2 weeks of testing to ensure our product works flawlessly. And of course, the final stage is a 2 weeks post-release optimization where we will refine and tweak functionality accordingly to the feedback received from the DAO community. In this slide, we focus on the technical aspects of our Decentraland DAO HQ proposal. So our server infrastructure is optimized for high performance and reliability with a focus on data security. We adopt a modular approach in the architecture to provide flexibility and scalability. This architecture is designed to easily integrate with the current and the future Decentraland upgrades, ensuring sustainability and, of course, a long-term solution performance. This slide shows the total amount of budget, and it is divided into the phases. So it's a research and planning, development, testing, release, and optimization. Each phase involves specialized resources to ensure quality and efficiency. And of course, to wrap up, we emphasize that the technology we have developed will be fully transferred to the Decentraland DAO, strengthening its ecosystem. Our solutions are ready to integrate with the current and future Decentraland upgrades, providing flexibility and, of course, a long-term perspective. With an With an experienced team of our developers and analysts, we aim to enrich Decentraland DAO HQ with the cutting-edge technologies and expertise in user experience, ready to adopt and improve any creative concepts and game mechanics developed by the winning studio. And of course, I'm ready to answer any questions, and I will be glad to share with the link for our presentation and for our proposal. And thank you very much for your time and for attending this event. Yeah, cheers.
Thanks a lot for that presentation. Very complete one, very detailed one. So it was really nice to have you here too. Sorry, I'm going to read one question from last round. They bring up a good point. Is there a question? Yeah, sorry. I think I mentioned that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry if I didn't. There will be a question section at the end of this meeting. I mean, at the end of these presentations. The idea is for all community members here to ask questions to the candidates, to the applicants, and for other candidates to ask to other candidates. Sorry, candidates, not to applicants, about their projects. And like the good thing about this is that hopefully if this succeeds, if our first bidding and tendering succeeds, the winner will also have a lot of inputs, a lot of ideas that came from this meeting. So with that said, yes, we're having a question section. Sorry for not mentioning it before. And now I'll pass it to Oba for their presentation.
All right, thank you, Fats. Can you guys see my screen?
It's still loading, but at least it's streaming.
Oh, so we have to mention this first. This was our proposal, or bid proposal meant for us to submit, but we kind of like we unfortunately we've had some technical and networking difficulties. So at the end, we didn't make it on time. So we would just want to say that, and we fully respect the rules, and we respect the other bidders. And thank you for the opportunity to let us to show you guys this. I believe this would be helpful to somebody somehow. So if you guys can see my screen, I can start.
Yeah, some people is seeing it and other people's not seeing it. So yeah, I believe most of the people is seeing it. Maybe you can try to uh, start again
Okay.
like the sharing, and if
Oh,
it, yeah,
all right.
well, still loading for me, but the rest of the community members can see this.
And you
Okay,
guys.
perfect. So just go ahead. I'm not able to see it, but with the final edition of this recording, I will add the presentation.
Okay, great. Oh, why is that? I sent the slides in the chat, so if you cannot see it, maybe you could just open the link and follow along.
Great, thanks.
So I'm going to start. So this is a poster that we made for the new DAO HQ. So as you can see, the overall image that we wanted to give the new DAO HQ is a very transparent, very vibrant and inviting place. And just to recap, we were the original kind of winner for the DAO Town Hall contest that Sandstorm had last year. So this is what our older design was. It's a pyramid with a kind of transparent facade and a really kind of grand space for the meeting space in the inside the pyramids. And it's floating above the ground to just give that kind of futuristic feel and just trying to be more inviting and attractive. And there's a moon above as a chilling space. So at the beginning of this new kind of DAO HQ design, we thought our original town hall was really successful, and we got a lot of good feedbacks from the community last year. A lot of people visited the scene. We have tried to kind of use the scene a little bit. So we took those good feedback, and then we kind of extracted these values that we wanted the new DAO HQ to represent and to have. We want it to be iconic, visually attractive, and easy to access, navigate, and represents the democratic value of the DAO. And finally, have a sense of place and identity that people would kind of recognize and be proud of. So we took inspiration from the Decentraland logo again. The Decentraland logo has 2 pyramids and 2 moons. So we just use that. So this is the new design, an overview of the new design. It's 2 pyramids, but the new pyramids are reversed and kind of like set on the ground to have this kind of counterbalance to the main pyramid, and 2 moons as well. One is on the ground, one is flying, rotating on the sky. And we have also designed this kind of really interesting landscape that has water features and mountains to kind of complement the buildings. There's 2 plaza, the triangular shape at the end. Those are the landing areas where you can teleport from the Genesis City, or if the DAO decided to build it in Genesis City, then those are the main kind of entrance area that you can see the whole scene. And so we took we are a smaller studio, and new, and so we are more kind of like, we took the approach a little bit. We're approaching this a little bit smaller scale, so it's 5 by 5. We think it's more realistic for us, and just nice to start from smaller scale and build it up from here. So here's some main programs that we kind of choreograph and organize within the massing. So the bigger pyramid is where we have the auditorium and the main entrance, and documentation center, and we put the voting booth inside the auditorium. And then with the linking bridge connecting to the reverse pyramid on the other side, it's the historical museum, and then the war room and roof garden above. And on the 2 moons, one is just a chilling room, and then the moon on the down to the bottom of the landscape is the outdoor meeting rooms. And this is the circulation of all the programs. So we wanted to make the whole design and all the programs accessible to everybody. So we have like 2 different hierarchy of circulation. The red one you see is the main circulation, which is a wider, easier to get to. We teleport portals on the smaller pyramid, and then or the ramps, the big ramps that you can go up, and pretty straightforward main circulation that access all the major programs. But we also wanted to propose this secondary circulation, a series of ramps that is kind of wraps around all the buildings and goes in and goes out, the programs. So the idea of this secondary circulation is that it provides user opportunities to kind of explore the programs from everywhere. So as you can see on the right side, there's landing and entrances to the auditorium from every single directions, and it goes up to the top of the auditorium where you can spectate the event. So, like say in the future, there's a big DAO party or a town hall that someone could go up and kind of see the whole picture and see how many people are kind of enjoying the event. This is a view. We're going to kind of fly you through some rendering pretty quick. So this is a view when you get to the plaza and you have an overview of the whole scene. This is another view from the plaza. This is on the other side. When you enter on the auditorium side, there's a mountain. So you have this kind of playful juxtaposition of land versus a man-made supernatural building. A view of the landscape design. This is the room, the war room in the middle here. So it's really full centralized kind of like vibe, and we implement a lot of screens. So this is the main space, auditorium. It's a little bit bigger than what we had for the town hall space last year, because we think the DAO is growing and we wanted to have a space that's big enough to accommodate 3 screen here. One is a bigger screen for presentation, screen sharing in the middle, and then 2 more secondary screen on the side. A meeting space on the landscape. So we think like a separate meeting room on the more kind of like fun area would be nice. This is the same chilling room moon design above, so you can kind of fly to the sky and then kind of just chill and have a chat with different member from the community. So some video on at the end. As you can see, we put a lot of emphasis and efforts to the architecture and interior, and as well as landscape design. So there's this linking bridge where you have all the connections coming in, and we think it could be a nice place to put the creators gallery. This is the war room. So there's a kind of like a round square table or round table in the middle, and some screens. So lastly, this is the bottom of the auditorium space where you have this outdoor amphitheater meeting space. I think that's it.
Okay, well, that was something. Really nice presentation and really nice renderings. Thanks a lot for bringing this. As I mentioned, if anything is good about this meeting, it's that the winner of this bidding and tendering process will be able to take ideas from other projects, or will be able to partner with other studios or whatever, the best way to create the best headquarters for this DAO. So thanks a lot, Ova, for presenting this, and thanks to the rest of the studios and creators that have put a lot of effort on this. And with that said, I'm going to invite all community members to ask questions. You can do it both in the chat, or you can raise your hands and I invite you to the stage. And also the studios and the creators that are already in the stage could ask questions to other readers. If anyone writes a question in the chat, I will read it out loud. Just let me know to who are you asking that question. Okay, question to Ova Design. What is the war room and its intended purpose? I know you said screens in there. Maybe I'm just missing what war room means.
Okay, so the war room program was an requirement from the tender. From our understanding, the war room is a meeting room where the strategic squad or members of the DAO are kind of gather and then trying to kind of decide the future strategies of the DAO. So it's essentially a meeting room, but more serious. So hence all the screens. That was our interpretation, hence the design.
No, it was exactly what I was requiring in the tender proposal. So yeah, it's basically a meeting room. You call war room like a big room with a lot of screens, with a lot of information and data coming in real time of what's happening. uh, and it's called war room because uh, yeah, at the beginning these kind of rooms, these meeting rooms, were used by presidents and like military for deciding what to do in war times, right? Like you can imagine like Churchill or other like people being in those war rooms, like taking decisions with all the information in the screens and with all the important members of the staff there in the room. So yes, the idea of this requirement was to have one single room, like a lot of companies have, with a lot of screens showing information available for everyone there in the room to like to discuss about stuff and decide things. So thanks a lot, Ova, and thanks a lot, Mimsy, for the question because a lot of people don't know what is a war room, but it was a quite good interpretation of it. So next question from Lastrom to everyone in the stage. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it's just more for everybody. I'm questioning, if we choose a team, do we have to choose their design as well? Because for me, this is like the first time seeing these designs. There's been no process for like revision or iteration. And maybe I really like a team, but I really don't like a design. Is there any process after the bids are accepted and the winner is chosen to have a reconfiguration of any of the design?
I think we can have a redesign, like try obviously to stay close to what you presented, but like the original idea. But I can see why if you like achieve to complete all the functionalities and stuff that you are committed to do, to like try to build something different from what you presented. Um, that's why I'm saying that some of these things that other readers are presenting might be taken by other readers or the winning bidder to improve their proposal. So could be good after uh, this, let's say, voting ends, if the winner team presents a full proposal with what they are going to actually do, with the actual plan and everything. But yeah, I can see a problem like having some minor adjustments in the building if you have all
Yeah.
the functionalities.
Because like at the end of the day, it's just what team do you like? I mean, we have all proven here that we can all deliver. So I'm just like not tied to any design. They're all great. I'm just like I would I would almost require input from the rest of the DAO in whatever team wins, that they work with the DAO to create the design.
That would be great. That would be great. I mean, let's try to that not take so long so the winner team can actually deliver something, but we still have that working group for the headquarters, and we still have can have sync sessions, and we still can have like async discussions in that channel to go adjusting what we want to be the how we want the headquarters to be. But yeah, if we are going to do that, let's try not to make it so long. Just like as I mentioned, the winner presenting a proposal, the winner receiving some feedback from the community, and moving forward. I personally don't want this to take so long uh, because of the money that we're allocating for the project for a certain amount of time, and because I also want the community to be part of this, but I don't want the community to become a blocker to the creators, to the studios. But yeah, it's totally valid, and we should totally have one more instance once we have the winner for a formal presentation of the plan and the renderings and whatever. Let's open that to discussions, and then yeah, they can move forward.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to clarify. What do you mean by not taking too long? Because we took really long to get this whole process started. So I personally would like to have time to review a process so that we get it right the first time.
Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't take more than 2 weeks or 3 weeks to decide.
I think at least a month. Just my opinion. You have your
No,
opinion.
no,
I have
obviously,
mine.
obviously, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, developing something like this that is going to stand the test of time as our DAO, as our representation, as what you said, is the benchmark for how DAOs are perceived virtually, visually as an advertisement. I would hope we would put more than 2 weeks of effort into the design as a group.
Yeah, I believe it depends more on the bidder. We always want to get more participation as community members. We also want to give some inputs to the design and the functionalities, because I know that some of the things that are proposed in the presentations might slightly change. So it's valid to have those discussions, but yeah, it depends also on the winner, what the winner wants to do with that. Because if they have a solid design and that design has won, uh, yeah, I can't see. I don't want this to become a blocker. To like the more discussions happening to become a blocker. But yeah, we should take our time. I still think that within the first 2 weeks, with a concrete project presented by the winner and with some feedback from the community, the winner can move forward. But yeah, let's discuss about that uh, and see how it goes. First, we need a winner. um, any other question? Oh yeah, so there are a lot of questions in the chat. Uh, one from Carl Fravel for Lastrom. How might it work to expand Genesis platform to 20 or will 20 require placement elsewhere?
Yeah, Carl and I are going back and forth on the voice chat. But for anybody listening, not reading the text chat, it's not expanding the 20 by 20 of Genesis Plaza. It's expanding the concept of a DAO headquarters as a singular spot into a vibrant city that is 20 by 20. So the original proposal was for up to a 10 by 10. This our concept is to go bigger than that and actually create a city that has the DAO components that are required from the proposal sprinkled throughout, with the input of the community of how that is all cohesively put together in a master plan, along with other concepts as we had laid out with like development space for people to learn how to deploy, people who want to host events, people who want to host art galleries. So taking the concept of the headquarters and expanding it, not really the footprint of Genesis Plaza.
Thanks a lot, Lastrom. I don't know if I'm missing any questions in the chat. Um, please let me know. But I think the only question and the follow-ups were from Carl, so I believe they are answered. Any other questions from both from the bidders and the rest of the community? Marian, sorry. What was your question? Oh, is it possible? Well, I don't think that has anything to do with this conversation, but maybe we can follow up on this later. Just DM me, um, or maybe other community member can respond that. But yeah, any other questions regarding the headquarters project? Okay, so let's start wrapping this up. Again, I wanted to thank everyone for joining. We had a huge audience today, and yeah, it's because this is a really important project. This is like something that we should be all involved. Uh, so yeah, please visit again the proposals that these excellent studios and creators have presented, both consciously and yeah, maybe in 7 days we'll have a winner, and let's see how we move forward from there. So thanks again to everyone and to all the bidders and the creators. And yep, I'll keep you posted about next steps. But yeah, we probably need first to wait for the end of the voting. Have a nice day.